Hey there, it's William. Today I'm here to help you troubleshoot a common issue with your Samsung top-load washer. The display not responding or seemingly dead. This can be a real hassle, but don't worry, together we'll tackle it. We'll walk through inspecting the noise filter, console assembly, and main control to identify the root cause. Now before we dive in, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more straightforward DIY appliance repair tips. With a little guidance and patience, this is a fix you can definitely handle on your own. Let's get your washer back up and running. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. Now let's start by getting our tools together. Today we'll only need a multimeter, a flathead screwdriver, and a Phillips screwdriver to get the job done. Also, please remember that safety comes first. Don't forget to unplug your top-load washer or turn the breaker off. With the power disconnected, we're ready to begin examining the console assembly. We're starting with our noise filter, so let me show you how we are accessing it. We're grabbing our Phillips screwdriver and removing the 5 Phillips screws along the back of the console panel. With the screws removed, the back half of the console will pull away from the console assembly, and we can set it to the front. The front console will lift up at the back, and we can rotate it so that the face is down. We may have to lift the lid in order to do this. We are pressing on the side tabs of the noise filter cover to lift it up and then set it to the side. We're also going to go ahead and remove the 3 main control mounting screws with our Phillips screwdriver. Grabbing our flathead screwdriver, we are going to separate the main control cover from the main control assembly. We are rotating the main control so that the connections face towards the back of the washer. Extreme care should always be taken to protect against electrical shock, which could potentially result in serious injury. Please do not test live voltage if you're uncomfortable using a multimeter around live voltage. If you'd like to know more about how to use a multimeter, we've put together a comprehensive tutorial for you, so check out the link in the description. We are plugging the power cord in, grabbing our multimeter and setting it to volts AC, which looks like a V with a squiggly line. We are verifying that there is 120 volts AC by testing from the black wire to a white wire where the power cord connects to the noise filter. If voltage is present, we know the power supply is good and we'll test the other 2 wires. This will identify if 120 volts AC is coming through the noise filter to the main control. If voltage is not present, like we see here, the noise filter has failed. If the voltage is present, we can continue troubleshooting. We are testing at the main control from the black wire at the single wire connector to the white wire on the relay box. This is just to verify we have 120 volts AC reaching the main control. We are setting our meter to volts DC, which looks like a V with a dotted line. Moving to the connector CN3 on the console, we are testing from the pink wire at pin 7 with the black meter probe to the violet wire at pin 6 with the red probe. We should see 5 volts DC. We will now move the red meter probe to the orange wire at pin 8, and we should see 12 volts DC. If DC voltage is not present, the main control has failed. If voltage was present at the console connection CN3, the failure is in the console assembly. Through our testing, we figured out that the noise filter has failed. If you have the same issue, let me show you how to repair it. We are unplugging the power cord. We are disconnecting the wires from the noise filter and then lifting the noise filter up while prying the locking tabs away from it. Here's the old noise filter and here's the new one. If you've already got one, great. If not, you can pick one up at AppliancePartsPros.com. The noise filter will push down into place. We are connecting the wires to the noise filter. We are placing the noise filter cover back on and pressing it down to secure it. We are grabbing the main control cover and securing it to the back of the main control assembly, then securing that in place with the screws that we removed earlier. We are grabbing the console and rotating it into the top panel, lifting the lid a little bit just to slide it in. Now we are securing the back console panel back to the console with the screws that we removed earlier and then plugging the power cord back in. With that, we are done. We hope this guide helped you diagnose and tackle the issue with your Samsung top-load washer. If you found a faulty noise filter, console assembly, or main control, take your model number and visit AppliancePartsPros.com to order a replacement. Most orders arrive within just a couple of days and we offer detailed video guides to assist with your installation. Let us know how your repair journey went by leaving a comment below. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and here's to getting your washer back to spinning like new.